Hello to my beautiful family of light. Yes, that means you. My name is Claudia and I'm happy to have you here. Thank you for joining me today. This episode of my life of going from clueless to awareness, you could call the emerging of the real Claudia. It's like, does Claudia want to come out and play? Okay, so what happens during this time? You know, for most of us, I think our 20s are, it certainly was for me, a time of exploring who I was. I was given some pretty good jobs, and in those jobs I had, the first few bosses were absolutely wonderful. They spotted the talents that were maybe latent within me and found ways to have those be expressed. And what I did was find out that I'm somebody who can spot holes. So if there's a hole in a process and everybody's like doing backflips to try and fill it, I found ways to make that simple and easy and eventually ended up saving the company money. When you love something, when you're really enjoying it, you learn it well, don't you? We are all that way. I overcame during that time and just kept growing all of the labels that had been passed down to me in my younger years of being inept and stupid and unworthy, all of those kinds of things that really are not yours. Somebody else had whatever they said and you believed it, and so things got squelched in me. But I began to expand and grow, and a lot of that was because I'm a curious person. And I'm going to tell you that if you're not curious, then you're holding yourself back, and it's fear that is the limiting obstruction. If you're afraid to open that gate or open that door or go through and see what's in there, you're not giving yourself an opportunity to open up to whole brand new experiences. So I really began to read books on all kinds of materials and things like mysticism, Gary Zukav and his books on the soul and the journeys of the soul. And I thought, well, what is that? What was her name? Deepak Chopra had and still does. He's a prolific, wonderful author. The Spiritual Laws of Abundance, the laws of spirituality, what it is to be a spiritual person. Dan Millman, the way of the peaceful warrior. Nintat Han, peace is the way. Mary Summer Rain, the utilizing your third eye to see beyond what can't be seen and to experience things from inside. So during this time of growth, I'm really learning about all kinds of things this was just a complete whole new world to me. Dreams, I began a dream dictionary, and when you do that, it took me 6 months to really begin to sort of get the feeling for what my dreams were trying to tell me, because they're speaking to your life. But within 2 years, I had my whole dictionary all established, and I still today understand what my dreams are talking to me about. So in the Eastern philosophies, there were words like karma and reincarnation and dharma. I didn't have a clue what any of that was, but it was my own natural curiosity in Deepak Chopra, because he's an Eastern Indian, helped to open my mind to those possibilities. And I have an amazing story for you about reincarnation when we get there. Dharma. It's about your own body and how it functions best, and how in the Eastern philosophies they utilize those things to have a healthy body, which expands your life and gives you a nice long life. And for me, I learned a simple thing. I learned was to drink warm water as opposed to ice water or cold water. I found that my body liked it a lot more. We may get refreshed or feel better after being out in the sun by having cold water, but warm water is what worked best for me. That's Dharma, and you can look that up and take a little test and get your own curiosity satisfied about that. You can learn more. So, you know, what I'm visiting with you about here is certainly my expansion into an awareness that we're spiritual beings. Now, that's an intellectual awareness, because at this point I'm not really having experiences other than that's not entirely true, because your dreams are giving you experiences, but I'm really not connecting all of the dots just yet. So, but you know, you expand through you have growth and expansion through curiosity. You step beyond the fear, and healthy fear is good, but if you can acknowledge that your fear is just because you don't know it or understand it is no reason not to explore it. Find out about it, because armed with knowledge, you can make informed decisions. With your curiosities, if you don't explore, you're restricted to the room that you're allowing yourself to stay in. And so that's really what I wanted to share with you today. I overcame a lot of things, just began that overcoming, and thoroughly enjoyed exploring all of the different, I mean, it just opened me up to a whole other world of energy, us being energy systems, and, you know, what the different philosophies of different cultures are, and I'll tell you, it's just fun. It's fun to learn new things. So thank you so much for joining me today. Please like, subscribe, and share. That's a way that you can help me. And until the next video, be curious.